While discussing how to win the minority vote on MSNBC with Nicole Wallace, one guest suggested that scaring people into voting Democrat might be the best choice.
Campaigns, we got to give them a reason to feel they have skin in the game, that this is important to them, that losing democracy is important to them. And whether or not it be telling women that, you know what, women, you think you're losing your rights now? What do you think is going to happen if we don't have democracy? You know what, African Americans, particularly African American men who are showing the lowest motivation to turn out in this midterm, you think things are tough for you right now? Where do you think you're going to stand in a country, in America, where there's no democracy, where they have absolutely no interest or at all in respecting your rights? We've got to let these people understand that they've got skin in this game, and we got to scare the hell out of them, because quite frankly, Nicole, they should be afraid that we're going to lose our democracy.
Losing our democracy seems like too abstract a concept to be a viable political message to win back working class people who are concerned about the price of goods and maybe healthcare and maybe childcare and things like that. But what can I say? I'm not as brilliant as that guy, I'm sure.
Look, Robby,
but
black men and women of childbearing years are not scared enough. They just need to be more afraid. If they were more afraid, it would help the Democratic Party. Look, part of the issue here is that commentators like this, for reasons that we were talking about at a different point in the show, are so detached from working class issues that it's difficult for them to imagine that the priorities of a black man or a woman might not exclusively be criminal justice issues or reproductive rights. Not that the Democratic Party is really doing that much in the way of criminal justice issues or reproductive rights. He
didn't even say those things. He said like things that matter to political scientists or theory.
He's
being a little
cited women and black men. I suspect because he sees them as particularly vulnerable to conservative policies, which is true. But it's too reductive. The average person, whether they be a woman or a black man or any other historically marginalized group, is also focused on the fact that the economy and wages are bound up in all of the persecution that they face. Okay, so we talk a lot about how in the reproductive rights space, affluent women can go to states where they still have the right to choose to get an abortion. Well, this is going to disproportionately, if Roe is ended, disproportionately affect working class women. When we talk about criminal justice issues, you get people like Philando Castile who end up getting shot, in part because they're pulled over by the cops so many times because of all the violations on their vehicle, because he can't get his taillight fixed because he doesn't have the money for all the citations. He's a cafeteria worker at a public school. And Democrats never want to talk about those things. I mentioned in my radar that the average minimum wage earner is a 35-year-old white woman, over a quarter of whom have children. And so we could be talking about the American family. We could be talking about, how to bring back, even traditional values in a way that conservatives might like, because all the people who were the bedrocks of those families are unable to afford housing or even put food in their kids' mouths. But instead, we have these abstract principles like defending democracy. As though we're all columnists for the Atlantic.
Right. And the threat, also the threat that the Republicans have to cheat or something to win, like that's not, they might just win. It's like, I know the fear is that Trump is going to run, be the nominee, and have set up the system, or he has his most loyal people in the ballot. What if he just wins because everyone hates Biden and his policies?
I mean, he did win once before.
Right, he won once, and under circumstances that were probably more favorable to the other side than they are we don't know what he's going to face in 2024. So it's just not this idea that I think some Democrats, like the kind of people who are sometimes on The View and on MSNBC, have, that our policies are so, they're loved by our audience, I guess, our very elite audience. The only way we could lose is if there's cheating or it's stolen. But under the normal, or as close to normal democracy, we don't have a pure, obviously don't have a pure majority vote. We have the odd system we have. But under the odd system we have, Republicans could just win, and they could win decisively.
Yeah, and that you might actually have to make a case to your base and to the broader American public as to why you should win, instead of just saying, be afraid.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Stay tuned. We'll have more Rising for you after this.
Mwahaha.